Welcome to Glow Up with Niecey, where I discuss things about glowing up, your self worth, style, leveling up in life while being bougie on a budget. I'm your host, Niecey, and on today's episode, it's going to be a good one. But before we dive into that, here is a glow up affirmation for this week. I give myself permission to evolve and glow differently. So let's be real. You're probably wondering, do we need another podcast? And no, we do not. But I would love to share my glow up journey process and to let other people know this is the raw and real uncut version of my life and how I continue to find ways to glow up and level it up. And if I could do it, you could do it as well. So, who is Niecey? Well, originally, I was actually born in the Bronx, New York. I was raised in Florida for probably my teenage years. I went to college in Florida and I'm still having my life here in Florida. Why did I decide to level up and glow up? I've always thought about level up and glowing up, even within my early 20s, but I never knew how. And I was looking at so many other different artists and celebrities, and I was just like, wow, I wonder how they got to that level, especially like looking at Cardi B. I was like, yo, definitely blew up, considering the fact that she used to be making those videos on Instagram. I used to always follow her to see her now as a rapper, and she was on Love and Hip Hop New York. So just to see her evolved, she was the only one I would say at that time that I was like, because we were in the same age group. So I was saying to myself, like, she is somebody that I definitely think about and say, wow, like she definitely grew up and leveled up. So it wasn't until I reached around 200 pounds and I was starting to feel very insecure, even more insecure with how I looked and stuff, how I dress, how I talk, how I move. And this was a turning point in my life where I decided that I have to change my ways and I have to evolve. And when I reached this 200 pounds, I'd literally just graduated my master's. So, of course, I definitely felt like, okay, well, weight was lifted off my shoulders because, the girl graduated, she got her master's. But I didn't feel the way I wanted to feel within myself. So it wasn't until around 2023, 2024 was when I really decided that I'm getting older. In my 30s. It's time for me to have that turning point and to evolve into the woman that I want to become. Because thinking about it, in your 20s, you're still trying to search and find yourself. And I was definitely that type. I tried so much different workout plans. I've tried different ways to lose weight, like fasting, cutting up, bulking, everything, all of the above. Going to the gym, realizing I was bulking. It was just so many different things. I even had a personal trainer. It was to the point that I was literally making sure that I was finding every way that I can to help me lose weight, to help me feel better about myself, to change my skincare, to evolve within my career, become friends, make sure that whoever I'm picking as a partner is somebody that I want to be with. It took time for me to actually reach that goal and reach that level. And around 2023, 2024 was when I really decided that it was time for me to change for the better. And 2023 was when I actually moved out and I'm on my own. And I actually being comfortable with being by myself and having my own space and knowing what I liked, what I disliked, and how to move on from there. And at this time now, I kind of opened my eyes to things that I've never like noticed before, especially when it came to friendship, when it came to a relationship, what I wanted in a relationship, and how I am as an individual. Because I'll be honest with you, when I thought about it, like my relation that I am now with my boyfriend, I don't think if he had met me earlier, I don't think I would have been the best version of myself that I feel like I am today. And that's with me taking the time out to level up, glow up, and find ways about myself and to gain more confidence, to talk better in terms of taking Toastmasters to help me with my speech, getting braces to fix my teeth, finding things that work with my body, what doesn't work with my body, finding hairstyles that I like and do not like, and understanding, embracing my skincare and trying to find better. Like literally overall, he has like the best version of me, and I'm still trying to be better and better and better. And that's one thing I could definitely say within my process of glowing up. And don't get me wrong, I'm literally still working on glowing up and leveling up. I'm still trying to create a better life for myself, and I'm still trying to continue on to level up and to glow up. It's something that I feel like when you level up and glow up, it's not something that you do one time and done. It's something that you have to continue doing. You're continuing to evolve. You're continuing to glow up. You're continuing to become the better version of yourself. And I think a lot of people understand that. Like when I look at so many different celebrities, like Rihanna, for example, she was doing music. She stopped doing music. She went into her Savage with her lingerie, pajama, etc. line, and then she went into beauty and people, another beauty brand, I should say. And look at that. Look how she's evolving. She's like a billionaire at this point. And that's something that people have to understand. Look at Oprah. She's always trying to find ways to make more money. Look at 50 Cent. I'll never forget 50 Cent always trying to say that, all right, I'm a millionaire. I'm trying to become a billionaire. Like, people have to understand when you are growing up and leveling up, you are still trying to find different ways to grow up and level up. And it's a process, and it's something that, because as you get older, your mindset starts to change. And some things that you were used to before, you are not used to it today. And that's something that I learned within my process, especially with friends, with family, with loved ones, in terms of like relationships, with my weight, how I felt, my career, my finances. It's something that I had to understand. Because I'll be honest with you, my finances needed to glow up 100%. Because in my early 20s, I racked up 20K worth of credit card debt. 20K. Ask me today what I did with that money, I do not know. 20K worth of credit card debt, and I had to pay those off. I think I paid it off within my late 20s. Like, I think I was around 28, 29 was when I officially paid it off. And I said to myself, I have to open a high yield savings account because I need to be better with saving my money. When it comes to my paycheck, I need to take out a certain amount of money and put towards it and budget with what I have after my money's already transferred. I have to make sure I have an FSA, an HSA account. I have to make sure that I'm understanding how my 401k works and additional money I want to add to it. I have to understand if I want to go into the stock market, what I need to do. I have to understand that because my finances needed to glow up 100%. And when I tell you guys, that 20K worth of debt right now, I could have it right now to help me with student loans. Okay? And I think about that. Even with my career, I had to level up and glow up within my career. Literally, when I just finished my bachelor's, I was at a job making $13 an hour as a claims representative, doing medical claims, calling members, asking them, hey, can I get your insurance information so we could bill this to your hospital so you don't get charged. Like, that's what I was doing versus calling. And then I evolved and got another job that was paying $17 an hour as a claim specialist. And while I was doing the same thing, but it was motor vehicle and liability and workers' comp. And then I was doing my master's on top of that time. So I was doing my master's as a claim specialist. And then I had people at the job like, oh my God, you're doing your master's? What are you trying to do with your... And then it wasn't until coincidentally one of the coworkers I used to work with, the workload was getting too much for her as an analyst, and that's when they asked me if I wanted to be within that position. I didn't know what it was, but I knew for a fact I did not want to do this anymore as a claim specialist, so I said yes. I said yes to opportunity, like yes, 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 yes. You know why? I'm happy that I said yes to that day because that was the point in my life where I leveled up my career. When I mean I leveled up, I leveled up. I was able to become an analyst for that position, and when the company got bought out and I had a new director, she actually taught me about SQL, Power BI, how to excel more in Excel, and she taught me about getting certifications. She's the woman that helped me become the woman I am today within my career by having 4 to 5 certifications and making sure that jobs are paying me for those additional certifications. And it wasn't for her, trust me, I don't think where I would be today. I'll probably be standstill and stuck. And that's when I said to her, hey, I'm ready for a raise. I'm ready for a promotion. I'll never forget when she went to the HR director, and the HR director told her that there's no promotion at this point. We don't need 2 seniors, because I think I want to be like a senior analyst. I think at this point now, I was making $48K a year, and I got my 1% raise. I made it to $49K. And I was saying to myself, like, are you serious? So I went ahead and the girl started applying to jobs. And even my director at the time said, you know what, for you to get that jump and you to be paid fairly, you have to get a job that's going to pay you more. The best way to do is to job. And I was saying to myself, like, because I was always drilled in my head, if anybody knows, especially Caribbean background, Jamaican background, you stick to one position and you work your way up. And that was my goal. But this wasn't the goal that the company had me in. They weren't in the same mindset that I had. So I said, okay, that's fine. I started looking for a job, and I was able to get a job at one of the top Fortune 500 companies, and I was making 30K more. So can you imagine that? The little chump change that I just begged the job to give me previously, another job paid me 30K more. And I really, at this point now, started to feel how much I was worth. And I said, okay, now how am I going to find ways to continue to elevate and to glow up? And that's what I want to tell you guys. Don't let somebody else deteriorate you from glowing up and leveling up. And if you feel like you're at a career and you are a standstill and you are getting all these experience certifications and the job is not treating you the way they should treat you, you need to leave. If you are in a relationship and you are the only one that's trying to find ways to better yourself, and that person's stuck in that same mindset and it's been 2, 3, 4, 5 years and you don't see anywhere they're changing, it is okay to leave, because you're definitely going to find somebody else that will appreciate you and that will have that same mindset as you. If you are trying to find ways to lose weight, and I always say try to find healthier ways to lose weight, and if you want to go on Monjaro, you want to go Ozempic, make sure you use it in a safe way. If you want to get your body done, make sure you're going with a top doctor. That anything I could say, if you want to glow up and level up, make sure you don't let anybody deteriorate you, but make sure that you're doing it in a healthy way that does not affect you in the long run. So after a little bit of backstory about me, what can you expect each week? My podcast is going to premiere every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. And this is where I'm going to talk about glowing up, finances, career, relationships, friendships, family, your mental health, tips, tricks, weight, style, makeup, life overall about glowing up. I'm probably going to have special guests from one of my friends. I'm probably going to have family members. I'm going to have different ways so you guys could see that, hey, if I'm leveling up, you could level up. And I'm going to share experiences from people that I know that is in the same process, in the same goal, life stories. I'm probably going to have Q&As. I'm just going to do so many different things with regarding leveling up and glowing up, and that's going to be the mindset moving forward. So why does my podcast matter? Like I said previously, do we need another podcast? No, we do not. Am I creating one? Yes, I am. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I want to give you guys the uncut, real version of my experiences, my lifestyle, and let you guys know that you are not the only one that's going through stuff. And I want to share some form of similarities, because a lot of people think just because they see how you are as an individual, you're never going through stuff, and they don't know how far you have come from to level up and to glow up. And trust me, I have a lot of life experiences, especially when it comes to friendship. I cannot wait to share those stories with you all, because you guys are not going to believe the different type of stories that, or different type of experiences that I have encountered with certain people that I thought were my friends. And now that I see it today and I think back at it, I was like, wow, I'm happy to experience that. And I'm happy it happened in my early 20s to know now how to move forward in my 30s, 40s, and 50s, and 60s, and 70s, etc. And on top of that, I get joy out of sharing tips, tricks, advice, my opinion, and experiences. Because I always feel like a lot of people want to hear other people's experiences to help them know that they could do it, they could evolve, and they could grind as well. They could level up. I want to share my experience. I want to share tips, tricks, things that I look on the internet for. I want to share that. I want people to know you are not the only one that's going through this. And what's my overall goal with my podcast in life? My goal is to live that soft life, be bougie on a budget, and to becoming her. And the way I envision it, I want a luxury and soft life. And I'm not trying to say I want designer this, designer that. I'm not big on all of that. What I mean is I want to be able to hire a cleaning person. And if I say I want to hire hire him or her every 2 weeks or a month, I have the opportunity to do that. If I want to take a vacation 2 to 3 times a year, I can without any issues. I want to be able to put my bills on auto pay. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want the opportunity to level up and to glow up, to put their bills on auto pay? That's how I know I will make it in life. If I put my bills on auto pay, that's how I know your girl made it. Your girl done made it. And I want to be able to have more money in my high yield savings account. I don't want to have to every minute have to take out money out my savings account, which I'm so happy that I have it. But I want to be able to say, if I take this money, I could put all of it right back in. I want to be able to experience that and have that. And unfortunately, the way that we live, some of us live paycheck to paycheck, we don't have the opportunity. And that's why I'm making this podcast, because I want people to know that, hey, I'm going to find tips and tricks for us to get together and have the opportunity to be better with our finances, to have a better career, to be able to have a partner that we both align and we both have the same end goal. Those are things that I'm having in my mindset that I feel that are luxury and living a soft life. I want to be able to actually afford things that I want without having to budget and say, oh my God, can I afford this? What is it going to take away? Because I'll be honest with you, I want to buy some expensive makeups and they're like only $40, $50, $60, $70. And I'm saying to myself, I can't budget for that. I have to budget for food and then that will come after. That's why I've been thugging it with my drugstore brand products, okay? NYX and Elf, y'all been helping y'all girl out, okay? It's the same way how I want to be able to donate or create a scholarship at my old college. It's only $1,000. I think the minimum you can do is $1,000 or like $500 something. And I want to be able to spare that to help somebody. When I went to college, I'll never forget, I was actually I had a scholarship and it was like probably $500 or $1,000 that helped me. But that helped me with my bachelor's. That helped me get my bachelor's degree. It helped me with my school supplies. It helped me have a little bit money left over. And I want to be able to have that same opportunity to help other people that are in the same position that I once was, especially in college. Come on, a lot of students in college, they take out student loans or they're working to pay for that, and then a little scholarship could go a long way. That $500, $1,000 could help them with a laptop. It could help them with school supplies. It could help them with anything. And I want to be able to have the opportunity. And that's what I think is like a luxury and soft life. And that's the goal that I'm trying to reach. But how can I reach that goal when I can't really help myself right now? They always say you can't help others unless you help yourself. I'm at the point in my life that I still need to help myself before I can literally pour and help others out. And it's not trying to be selfish or think selfishly, but you have to think about it that way. If you only have $20 to your name and you are trying to thug it out by having us $20 for the next 2 weeks, you can't give somebody that $20 because you're going to have nothing. You're not going to have gas. You're not going to have food. You're not going to have anything. And that's why I feel like it's very important. When it comes to glowing up and leveling up, it is not always about look. I understand it. It's big. It is big, but it's also about everything else within your life and how you are moving, and definitely your mindset. Your mindset has to change when you are at the point in your life when you said, you know what? I'm tired of being this way. I want to evolve for the better. That's why it goes back to the affirmation that I said earlier. I give myself permission to evolve and glow differently. And this is something that I always think about. You have to give yourself permission to evolve and to glow differently, because that's what's going to help you to reach the level that you want to reach in life without feeling any type of way. And that's something that I'm learning within my process, and I want to share with you as well. Because there's some things that I'm learning. I'm still learning within my glow up journey process and leveling up. And that's why I'm creating this podcast. This is why I want to discuss things. This is why I want to talk about things. And granted, do we need another podcast? I keep saying this. But I said to myself, maybe my voice needs to be heard as well. The same way how other people's voice needs to be heard, my voice needs to be heard as well. So let's recap everything. You learned about me. You learned what to expect each week. You learned why my podcast matters and what my goal is of becoming and living that soft life, being bougie on a budget and becoming her. And of course, the affirmation that I provide each week, which I'm hoping is going to be helpful for you, especially within your glow up journey process. So I want to give you guys a challenge. This week, I want you to write 3 things on your list that you are no longer going to tolerate. And this is what's going to help you to move forward within your glow up journey process. Thank you so much for listening to today's first episode. If it resonated with you, screenshot it, tag me in it, Niecey's World, NIECEYYSWORLD on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And don't forget to follow, subscribe for more weekly glow up content. Until next time, keep glowing and keep growing.